Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Setting up a Kubernetes cluster. Okay, that is a things I'll do that. It's very simple. You don't need to worry about it. Now I will stick to one of the environment so that way all of us will not get lost. Ubuntu 20x. Remember that. Okay. So here when we set up a cluster, 3 things has to be there. Worker, sorry, master,
Rajesh,
worker.
can we start recording?
I think someone is doing, Sagar is doing, right? Sagar?
Yeah, recording started.
Yeah. So here we are setting up the master and then worker and workstation. Workstation means this is your laptop, okay, where the kubectl is config, kubectl. So for this demo, what we'll do, we'll not complicate the setup too much. We will set up everything in one machine only. So everything will be there. I'll show you that. That's not a diff. One server only. My questions to you, have you tried the Minikube or stuff like that? Minikube?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So something similar will do that. Okay. So like that. So that's step number 1. What I will do, step number 2, I will install Helm. Okay. So that is a step number 2. And step number 3, what I will do, deploy one chart. And when I say deploy one chart, I will install it and uninstall it. These are the 2 things we'll do that. So this is the one demo, and after that slowly we'll get into the deep dive into the complexity of the chart, variables, parameterization, dependencies, many other topics which we'll get into that one by one. We have 3 days, so like that. So if you have understood the what I'm trying to do, can I start it? Or if you have any questions, please ask me for it. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to show you from scratch. Don't worry, I will give you access. You have to repeat the same thing which I did it. So first thing, let me go to the EC2. I'll give you the access. Okay, and here I'm going to create one machine, Ubuntu X for Kubernetes cluster. So launch instance. Now this I'll name it Rajesh 8. So like that you will can name your machines also. Okay, so that way. Now here I'll go for Ubuntu. Mind it, here I'm all of you, I'm insisting to select 20. This one, not below one, not good. Don't go for the SQL server. This one. Why 20? Because I have a few scripts which will work as per the platform. So some script will not work with 20, some script will work with 2020. So 20 is in production right now, so I'm going for it. So I'll give you the script which will work only with the 20. Okay, remember that. One machine is more than sufficient for us. And after that, here, the only one request which I'm asking you, remember that T2 large. Will you remember all of you? T2 large means you will get a 2 CPU and 8 GB RAM. If you go for the lesser one, then probably the installations will fail. So I don't want you to wasting time troubleshooting here and there, because you can get it work in this one also and this one also, not this one, but you have to do some tweaking around the RAM memory and all. So I will avoid it. So 2 CPU, 8 GB RAM, that is, should be sufficient. Now keep here. I'm going to create it. This one, I'm going to name this guy Helm, and I will have to download it, ppk file. I'm going to do that. By the way, if you're using Mac or Linux, you should go for PM and create a key pair. Now this network, I'll let it be default. And here what I'm doing, instead of creating a security group new one, I'll select the default one. So now why I'm selecting default one, and there is advantage for it. Advantage is we don't need to open a port and close the port. In the default, I have opened every port actually for the Kubernetes. So default. And after that, this one I want you to go for 30 GB. Okay. So this is something which you have 30 GB hard disk, and rest of the things let it be same. So now my question is, all of you understood? Any questions, any doubt? So you should be careful, okay? And then launch instance. One more request, guys. If you have some doubts, please ask at that time only, because that way I can help you faster. It's very difficult to go back in the past again when we have a 20 people plus. So, okay, so this is the machine I got it up IP address. Putty, I'm using it for that PPK I created. So default username is Ubuntu. Okay, remember Ubuntu, simple. Keys, you have it. Now, you know what? Let me just improve this view so you can see better way. Others, it'll be difficult for seeing that. So now I think it's okay, right? All of you, font style and all. What do you think? Okay, so now that is the stuff. So I got these machines, and here I'm going to install the Kubernetes cluster. So I'll just name it step number 1, create one Ubuntu 20.x. Just I'll improve this. And storage 30 GB. Done. Step 2, setting up the Kubernetes cluster. So what to do now? Don't worry, I'll share the steps, this one. So setting up the Kubernetes cluster. So what to do? So you need to go to my script, which I'll share with you. Just a second, I'll give it to you. Kubernetes Ubuntu. And here, this tutorial will work for you. This is for Google Cloud. This is sufficient. So now what I'm going to do, guys, in this machine, I am first becoming a root. It's important. Don't want you to struggle for the permission issues. Become root. I know it's not good practice, but do it. And then clone this directory. Git will be installed, so you will get cloned. Now you go inside this directory, and here there's a cluster setup. Okay, this one, and then go to the latest. So now here you have a master and you have a worker. This script will do everything. Master. So give the permission chmod 755, done. And now this one you run it. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to you to configure workstation plus Kubernetes. Okay. So just wait for it. Was it difficult, all of you? All of you? I'm audible, right?
Yes. Rajesh, when are we supposed to try all these things?
I'll give you that step. First, I'll show you the demo here, and then I'll give you the all the steps. So don't worry about that. So this I did now. This I'm doing right now. After that, this I'll do that now, installing Helm. And after that, deploy one chart, install, uninstall. And after that, I'll give you. So I think step number 4. Okay, so just watch it carefully. And steps also I'll share with you. So this script is written in a way, it will install everything. You don't have to struggle for anything. Just you need to follow that whatever I'm doing it. By the way, there are a lot of ways to set up a cluster. Our topic is not like what are the ways to set up a cluster. It should be cluster up and running and it should be ready. That is our requirement. You can use any other ways also like EKS, AKS, Minikube, COPS. This one I'm using and all. So many ways. Many tools are there actually. More than 40 ways you can set up a cluster. One of the ways I have used it. Guys, so cluster setup is done. This has set up one master, one worker and one workstation. Everything is done. Are you okay with it, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now can I check that my cluster? So kubectl get nodes. See here, this is not ready. Just wait for it. Automatically some pods still coming up. Control plane master one. This is the version and time. And this is the node name. Okay, now it's ready. So what are the commands I run? I must give it to you. So none of you should get confused actually. So these are the things I did after login. This is not a command behind it, and so on. So guys, this one is set up. Now you know what? The worker is not configured properly here. Means this is ready control plane, but I want these machines to behave like a worker. Otherwise, you have to set up one more machine. And right now, I just want to avoid the complexity for you. So what do we do then? So I'll go to the google.com and say qctl command to make Kubernetes master schedulable. See, okay, so this is the Stack Overflow. I will just hit to the commands. This is the commands for making that, but this will not work straightforward. We need to made it some changes. So qctl tent node. What is the node name? So my node name is this one. And here, what is the role of the node? So role of the node, I need to describe it. So qctl describe node duck. And here node hyphen role kubernetes.io master no schedule. Yeah, good. No need to change this one. So guys, you have to change only this one. Node name will be different for you, and that's all. So can I run this? So here,
What is this
uh,
command doing, Rajesh?
uh,
Tent.
yeah, I'll explain it to you. Just give me 2 seconds. So clear the screen. Done. Untented. That means worker is also set up. Now the question is why we did this. Big make master as a worker. What happens in the cluster? Let me create some image and then it will be easy for visualization. We have this one is cluster, and the cluster we have a master machine and then worker machines, multiple worker. And this is our laptop and this is V. And we have 2 leg, 2 hand. This is the kubelet here, and kubelet connect to API server, which is here, and the API server deploy the work in this one. It's a high level. I'm not getting into depth of Kubernetes, high level. So you said what I did the command. So what I'm doing, this machine, what I did, this machine, I install kubelet also and configure it and worker also. So this command, basically using this command, what will happen? Earlier, the master was not behaving like a worker, but this command will make master as a worker. Technically speaking, you are removing the tent, so pod can be scheduled in this machine only. So you don't need any other machines also. That means in a summary way, this machine itself, you have a workstation, master and worker setup fully. No need to get out of it. Are you, all of you are clear?
But why we are doing so? I mean, why we are making the master node to be to behave as a worker node?
If you don't do that, then how do you deploy your Helm chart and pods, deployment services? No, you need another machine, right? Got it?
Okay, so we are doing it. Why? Because we do not want to have the dependency on
Another
any
machine,
other machine.
other machine, yes. Commands behavior will be 100% same. Only that other machines we don't want. Instead of let's this work is done by this machine only. It's like a mini queue. Mini cube is like one VM. You have all the components. It's like that only. Got it?
Right.
Can you do
Says,
this describe once again? Now it
uh,
should show us both the things. No?
Yeah.
Hello.
Someone was asking question.
Yeah, I'm asking that if you do a describe of this particular node now, so it
Mhm.
will show the master as well as the worker.
Uh, this question is wrong, and the reason is I'm saying this will behave like a all three. That means qctl get nodes. This one you see, this machine is behave like a master, worker, and workstation. This machine which I have logged in, three behavior will happen. Now the question, to answer your question, here you'll not see anywhere whether it's a worker, workstation, or master. Master you see that here, but the you need to understand how worker works and how workstation works in order to get that answer. For time being, I must tell you here, uh, in your in your project, you must be having clustered, correct? And right now I am having one cluster. There is no difference. There is a no difference. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that the answer question which you ask, no, it's having long answer actually. So right now I just ignore that.
Sure.
Got it, all of you? See, our
Yes.
idea was we wanted to have Kubernetes cluster. I got it. Okay, there are a hell lot of ways. One of the ways I used it and got it. Now, then after that Kubernetes cluster, we want to deploy the packages using Helm. That we need to learn right now. Got it?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Rajesh, I just want to understand what is workstation here.
Okay. Um, so, yeah, actually, to be honest, I was trying to avoid all Kubernetes questions. But let me explain it to you because I think if I don't explain, your learnings will not be completed, I guess. So I call it workstation. So I'll put it in this way. Same image I'll create one more time. This is a this is a your cluster. So right now clustered we have one machine and this machine we call it master machine. Okay. Master or
Yes.
control plane, it's the same name.
Yeah.
Don't get confused. Now this is your master. Now same way what happened, we have a multiple worker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And real pod get deployed in the worker machines.
Worker node. Right.
Yeah. Now what is a workstation? Workstation
Mm.
means workstation. Remember your laptop is your workstation.
Yes, that's my
This is your,
workstation.
and here you have a kubelet installed and
Yes.
this is you, and you kubelet send a command to API server
Mm-hmm.
of this one.
Yes.
So here workstation means this is your machine. So what I'm
Yeah. Now my understanding was also this, but now my question is that why didn't you make your laptop as a workstation, means whatever your laptop is, and the machine that we created on AWS as a master and worker? Means why can't we use these two machines? Why you
you
made
can
the same machine as workstation, master and worker?
you can do that also. You can set up one machine here, one machine here, one machine here, three machines, and you can configure. That's not a problem. But here my objective is to having a cluster. I'm not teaching you the Kubernetes right now. Second reason is this workstation is outside of the cluster. Remember that.
Yes.
So anyways, if you want to try some, you want to open some services pod or something like that, you have to log into this anyways, because either you need to be here or here or here.
Yes. Yes.
So what I did, I just, in order to avoid the complexity, I moved the Kubernetes kubectl here and worker also here in one
Yes.
machine, everything.
Yes, so just for the ease of purpose,
Ease of,
right? Workstation is not part of cluster. That was my confusion here actually. The cluster doesn't create workstation, workstation. Cluster have a master and worker nodes.
yeah,
Workstation is where from where I can create my cluster or I can access my cluster or something like this. Correct?
that's correct. Yes, that's correct. But ease of doing stuff, everything I put it in one, so we can
Yeah.
experience well. Yeah. By the way, by the way, um, let's say some of you, if you are uh, keen to learn Kubernetes and if you want to learn from my videos, what you can do is, these are my channels actually, and these are my channels: DevOps School, Debug, SCM Galaxy, and apps. And in each channels, you have a Kubernetes videos from fundamental to advanced. Uh, Refer the latest one because Kubernetes is changing a lot. Don't refer the videos which is more than 1 year old. So I think in that recordings, I've explained around 15 to 20 hours of Kubernetes. First few hours, if you see, that is more than sufficient. After that, okay. So can I go ahead? All of you are understanding this stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so here what I did, step number 2, I did, my objective was to set up a cluster. So that is done. Now step number 3, I'll go. Install Helm. How can I install? So guys, here so many ways you can install Helm, multiple ways. By the way, this is my blog. Here, how to install through Terraform, how to install through script. This is also script. Windows guys, Mac, Ubuntu, Debian. Up to you. But actually something similar we have. I think someone suggested let's use the official document. So that is also same thing you have. So here if you see doc and go for installations. So here, so install Helm. So you have to download from this as per your operating system and install it. Same way. Helm install, if you type it also, this is a dedicated one. Using binary, script, Mac, Chocolatey, Windows, Debian, Yum. So all these thing options are available. It's up to you. Got it, all of you?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. So this you can use it. I'll put it in the notes. Okay. My notes also I'll put it up, whichever you like it. Go ahead. Both are same, by the way. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to install the things. So I'll use this one. Okay. So Helm is not installed right now. Let me show you here. See here. It's not installed. So download this. Sorry, full URL I did not pass it. Helm 3, remember that. Let's not talk about the Helm 2 because anyways that's gone. It's a history now. So why to waste time on that? No one is using. And then this one. Simple command, install it. If you don't like, you can use this one also. Okay. So Helm is installed into this one. HELM. Helm. See. So guys, any trouble installing a Helm? All of you? Hello? I'm audible?
Yeah, Rajesh, you're audible.
Yeah.
Now your questions, right?
Okay, great. Now guys, I want you to be slow a little bit. Don't rush. Okay, we have only these commands to learn. Only these commands. Okay, only these commands. Now read it. Don't rush. Read it. Kubernetes is a package manager, and this is the most popular commands for using it. So what is Helm search? So Helm search basically is a artifact hub you might have seen, right? Let me go to that artifact hub. If you're searching, let's say nginx is web server. So it's like this when you're searching and see here search API, and here I search this one, I got these results. So same way you are searching for the chart, but through command line. Instead of going to website, you are searching from the command line. Okay. Helm pull means remember that download the charts are here, correct? So when you want to download the chart to your local directory to view, you can use pull. Helm install is the one command which I want you to focus on it. So this will deploy all of your charts to Kubernetes cluster. And remember that I said very carefully, whenever you deploy the chart in Kubernetes, you have to name it right now. You have to give a name, because one chart you can deploy a number of times, but different name. Correct now, all of you? So how do you see the name of this release? This command. So basically you install this chart. First download the chart, install the chart, list the chart, and here somewhere downside, uninstall the chart. Simple. This is the simple workflow to get started with it. Okay. Now there are so many other commands are also there. One by one we'll talk about it, not to rush and complete everything in one go. And here, these are the environment variable which you can set it up for deploying the chart. That means when you install the chart or anything you do or any of these commands you run, okay, Helm client is reading this kind of environment variable. If you want to influence it, you can do that. Cache config, config home, data home, Helm driver, okay, many other stuff which you have. So one by one we'll get into that. Now, please read, this is important for you. By default, the default directory depends on the operating system. This is where the cache will be, chart will be cached. So in Linux, under your user home.cache Helm, if you are running this command from Mac and Windows, accordingly, please remember that. Okay, so cache path, configuration for Helm, and data path. All are, you can default. This is a default directory. Don't need to change it until you have a very great requirement for it, and so on. Okay, and these are the available commands, and these are the available flag for the commands. So are you comfortable so far, all of you? Hello?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, so now guys, let me check that first of all. Do you have any deployed? So qctl get pods. You see that nothing has been deployed in a default namespace. So I'll do that. I will follow the step number 3, sorry, not 4, which is installing a chart and uninstalling a chart. So that is the things which I'll do. So we'll begin with the chart which is already developed, and we work with the chart which is already developed. And after that, what we will do, we'll develop our own chart also, and we share with the whole world. So everything will do that. And chart, we have so much of specifications, lots of things we have to learn within a chart itself, that we will get into that slowly. So what to do? So Nginx is a web server. All of you know that. Okay. So this is the chart which I want to install it. So can I go ahead with it? So guys, I will request you don't rush. Get comfortable with the ecosystem, because I got a habit of it. So I'm not dragging this, but you should read this. Look at the stars, define that whether it's a official chart or verified chart or not. Don't install any charts which the one which you are not sure source of it, because remember that charts ultimately deploy the images in the Kubernetes cluster, and the Kubernetes cluster is running your infrastructure. If you deploy the wrong image, may compromise your security of your infrastructure. So please be careful while deploying the chart. So install template, default value, every documents, you can check it out here. Okay, see here, these are the templates available for this. Okay, and these are the default values set for it. You want to change it, you can change it. Right now I'm not dragging it. Slowly we'll change it. And value schemas here you have. Okay, so good to go. Now read this one also, and you see this one. This is the way to install the chart. Okay, so this is the way to install the chart. So I can install the chart, which is here, but I need to add this chart. So what to do? Install. So this you have to do that. So chart will come from the cloud to local using this command. So look at this Helm repo add this command. That means this repo you are adding to your local Helm. So the chart will be deployed. So first you have to do add, then install, then use it, and then uninstall. So can we check that first? Look at my screen, all of you. So first I'll check how many repository I have in my local. How do I check? Helm repo list. See here, I have no repository to show. Now you will ask, how do I remember the commands? I don't remember the commands. You have to use -h all the time for getting used to it. So here, if you see that I have a repo itself, I have so many sub commands. Here you can add a chart. Here you can index the chart. Index the chart means generate an index file given a directory containing package chart. List the chart, remove the chart, update the chart. Update the chart before upgrade. It is important. So update information on available charts locally from the chart repository. So local will be updated from the chart repository. So like that. So what I did list, and unfortunately I was not having. Now let me add a chart location in my local machines, enter. And now this repository this is a repository which got added, and this repository only you have a nginx chart. Can I see that? See that one chart is added, repo list added. So here you have a one chart which is nginx. So done. Now I'm going to install it. So now here you are saying you are passing the parameter, hey, install nginx version 1502, which will be interpolated to the value file and so on. And you can install up to date using this one also. It's up to you. Here, if you see that same, you have directly installed directly from this. So this is your release name actually. Okay, so this is your release name, and this is your installing from the local. Bit name of it, nginx is the chart name. So copy this and install it. Done. Now you see the little bit carefully, because I run this in the default without specifying -n default namespace, status deployed, revision number 1, test suite none. I'll talk about test suite. This is the name of the chart, version, app version, all this thing. And here some tutorial is there how to use the chart. So this is the documents actually. Now enter. See that in a default, one pod got deployed, one service got deployed, one deployment you got it because of pod and all, and because of deployment we have a replica sets. Done. And now these all pods are running. And if you see the service, it's a load balancer. That means node port you have here, service cluster IP here you have, and load balancer could not got created because it is not linked with AWS. So this is done. Deployment is completed. And now you have to use the nginx. Done. Any questions so far, all of you? Hello? Okay, I'm going to list out all the chart. So Helm list. My bad. This will list out all the releases which you did it. So I have only one deployed Nginx, namespace, revision number 1, no changes so far, and chart. Done. Any questions so far, all of you? Hello?
All good, Rajesh.
Now, finally, as per our discussion, I will uninstall it. So I don't remember the command. So what to do? Learn yourself. Learn from the command. -h is a formula. -h, remember? Now I don't remember the command of what exactly uninstall. So uninstall -h and then read it. Some examples are there. See here. Helm, uninstall and then release name. You can use any aliases also. You can use uninstall, un also, delete also, del also, and with the flags, some of the flags. And now uninstall the release name which was given. I lost that name again. So Helm list and Helm un means uninstall, and the name of the release is my-nginx. And you see here, I deployed and qctl get all, and here everything is gone. That's all I did in order to install and uninstall. Any questions so far, guys, all of you?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devops.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.